Hello everyone. This is the 1937 or 38 F.A.Smith Co., otherwise called FASCO, Arctic Air Pedestal fan. It is one of the very first pedestal fans I believe they ever made. And it's got some nice Art Deco streamlined lines on it there. Some interesting features about it. The speed coil, the choke coil is contained up here. The speed selector switch is back here. It is a non-oscillating pedestal fan. Eventually, FASCO would transition to making these oscillating, but this earliest one did not oscillate. This is the FASCO 195 Arctic Air 195D pedestal fan with this nice early badge and chrome pole that extends up. But of course you have to have tools here to tighten that down. Not very convenient. Another nice early feature. It's got the cast hub here for Arctic Airs, which are the earliest Arctic Air fans. You know, Arctic Air fans are not that collectible, I would say. I mean, they've got great style. They're very nice. They're nice to look at, especially if you love deco like I do. They're very nice to look at, but they're not terribly collectible and they're not that expensive. But they've got great style. And with the right tweaks, they can run very sweetly. And so when I bought this off eBay locally, I was pretty pleased because it was, you know, the earliest one they made. And, you know, it's, stylistically, it's got a lot going on for it. I really like it. It's got, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in. You can see it right there. It's got black wrinkle paint, a lot of which is gone off the bases after I scrubbed it. And it's on the pole as well, but it looks more brown than black. When I bought it, it didn't work. The bearings were very stiff. The blade would barely turn. A friend kind of de-shellacked the bearings for me. The felt donuts up here, felt donuts that are here in this, and then behind here in the shell, behind the stator, they were just so gummy. They were shellacked with something that just didn't even seem like it was oil. And so once he cleaned those up for me, it turns nice. It's very nice. The speed coil, the choke coil was burned up. And so this was my first time rewinding a choke coil. And that was a nice experience. And I did that because obviously I wanted the fan to work with all its speeds, but I was really hoping that I was going to be able to get a slow low. You know, the factory high, medium, and low on these fans are just much higher than anything modern. And, you know, we all love fans that have a nice slow low that is just the sweetest bedroom fan. And that's not this guy. This guy has these gigantic 18-inch wide, they called them falcon blades. That's this shape, blade shape, this style. And so it's designed to move some air, which it definitely does on high, but it is not quiet when you have it on the factory high. So I was trying to rewind the coil so that it would give a slow low, and unfortunately the coil, the electrical lamination steel, just don't allow for you to wind enough turns of copper wire there to fit enough turns in there to give this nice modern slow low. I was able to knock it down a little bit, but not that much. So I'm just gonna have to use it I'll just have to use it on a Variac, unfortunately. But on a Variac, you know, it runs very sweetly. Very, very sweetly. That's really the key to loving any fan, I think. Have a nice, good, slow, low, and a nice aesthetic. And then, boy, all of a sudden, you've got a keeper. Anyway, the fan needs a repaint, as you can tell. Interesting that the bullet shell and motor casing is not wrinkle paint, that's smooth black. But even the choke coil case up on the top, that was painted with wrinkle paint. And then the yoke neck there and the pole and the base all had wrinkle paint on them. And also interesting, there was no provision for the power cord to run inside the pole. It ran outside. There's nowhere in there for it to snake in. So this thing was really designed to just sit in the corner of a room and you know, extend up if you needed to, but that's it. So anyway, spin down on it is great, as it should be after all the work. And there's a lot more to talk about this one. At first I thought the stator was bad, and I actually ended up having it oriented the wrong direction, which shouldn't technically matter, but on these earliest fans with machining, I was told that it does. Because I thought the stator was bad and it wasn't working, and then I just turned it clockwise about 90 degrees, and all of a sudden, boom, it was working great. So yeah, so here you have it, the 1937-8 Arctic Aire model 195D by F.A.Smith Co., otherwise called FASCO. Thanks for watching.